What's going on, everybody? Welcome to ABS, the Alpha Bro Show. Guys, I know what you're saying. I have an app on my software device that I stream with that allows me to actually look into your webcam, into your area. I can hear what you're saying. I can hear your questions, and I know what you're saying. B to the motherfucking 3. Where you been, bro? Where you been? Where you been hiding? You been in jail? What? I mean, what the fuck, man? You been on some secret op you can't tell us about? No, I have not. I was in Florida, Miramar Beach. Very nice. Number 1 beach in America. I thought that was a fucking bold claim myself till I got there. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The sand is almost unlike any other sand of any beach that I've been to. The only problem is Florida. Well, let me tell you something, Jason. This guy, in a few years, gone to that Florida. It's a small version of Texas. I'll take it. It's got a beach, no border. I'll take it. Love me some Florida. Really liked Miramar. Miramar's really fucking nice. Did a couple workouts with a sandbag that I bought. Because, you know, got to stay fucking jacked even on vacation. And, yeah. Tough. Sandbags are fucking tough, but that sand in Miramar, you sink in it. Like, it's not packed. It's like fluffy and light, and you go right fucking through it. And then coming out of it is tough. It's pretty tough. Yeah, the workout was a beast. Kicked my ass, but it was worth it. It was a good time. I went on vacation, then Josh was on vacation. Josh worked Wednesday. He's unable to be on tonight, but Josh is not gone. The dongle will arise again. He will come from the ashes. The Phoenix dongle. The dongle of fucking rebirth. He'll be back. Josh has also kind of had some family issues. I want to send good vibes out to him, and I hope everybody listening will too. Josh is a fucking fantastic guy. Great father. And I know they're having some struggles right now, but they'll work it all out. It always works out. He'll work the problem and figure it out. So if you're watching or listening for the first time and you're like, man, what the fuck is this shit about? All right. Josh and I were wanting to recreate what it is like walking into a firehouse at shift change. Now, what that means is so I'm coming on duty. There's a group of guys coming off duty. Okay. We like to sit around the coffee table. We get fucking caffeinated and motivated, baby. So copious pots of coffee are getting consumed, and we are fucking solving all the world's problems right at that fucking kitchen table, coffee table, kitchen table, whatever you want to call it. And Josh and I wanted to give you a show that's basically like that. So what happens is we just come up with some topics and something that we know guys at the firehouse are going to be discussing. Now, some firehouses are much better at this than others. Some, from what I understand here lately. So let me break it down like this, because I know there are some firemen, some still active duty firemen that listen to this show. So what I want to say to you guys is, I'm going to get the fucking mic right here. I'm going to take a sip. Because I got to get my mind right for what I'm about to fucking say. All right. If you motherfuckers don't hear nothing I say tonight, you hear this. The fire department is tradition. If it doesn't have tradition, I don't know what it fucking has. Okay? We're more than just a bunch of fucking hose jockeys. We're more than a bunch of guys that throw up ladders. And what I mean by more than is that we're a brotherhood. And that brotherhood starts in the morning when your fucking ass gets there and you sit down at that coffee table, you listen to guys. Some of them are full of shit, but you might actually learn something every once in a while. And more than not, it's just a fucking entertaining time. Okay? So, guys, if you do not have a coffee table edition, I would really, really beg you to get that done. Start it. You know what? I don't drink coffee. Well, motherfucker, I didn't drink coffee either. I was 23 years old, 24 years old when I got in the fire department. Never had a cup of coffee in my life. Tried it. Thought, oh my God, this is fucking awful. Now I can't fucking live without it. So grow a fucking pair, okay? And drink some motherfucking coffee. Put a gallon of sugar in that motherfucker. Put some cream, some whipped cream, some fucking chocolate, some fucking caramel. I don't give a shit. Fucking sweeten your coffee like you like your guys, and fucking sit around and listen to these motherfuckers talk, okay? And then one day, you are going to have a shot. You are going to have the floor. You will be able to add to the conversation without somebody saying, shut the fuck up, new boy. We don't really do that, but unless you say something stupid, then we're going to fucking crucify you, okay? No, Travis, I'm not going to talk about micro penises today because Josh isn't on the show. When the dongle's back, we will talk about micro penises because I need an expert in that field, and he's not on the show. So, I thought the quote was, I like my coffee like I like my men, black, strong and black, mind you. If you're going to get the phrase, get it right. Yeah, I take honey in mine. I put honey in my coffee, honey and cream. So I know there's a lot of sorority girls around that do this, drink their coffee the same way. I don't give a fuck. And you know what? So I want to talk about that too, because I have this bourbon. This bourbon right here I've got it on ice. It is Three Brothers. It is Brothers Bond Bourbon. It's out of California. California. So I wanted to get something from California before we blow it off of the fucking fault line and throw it into the fucking ocean. I really don't want it to hit Hawaii, though. I really like Hawaii, so I don't want California to fuck up Hawaii. So I got this bourbon because it is an actor that I really like. It's actually two actors. He played Damon Salvatore on The Vampire Diaries. My wife and I loved that show. We watched it religiously. She kind of got down on it in the later seasons, which the later seasons were not as good. So I get it. Loved Damon Salvatore. One of my favorite TV characters of all time. His name is Ian Somerhalder. He created this bourbon. It's not a bourbon. It's a whiskey. He likes to call it bourbon. It's not. It's not made in Kentucky. Sorry, Ian, you're wrong. I do. I agree. The originals, I believe the storyline was better. It lacked characters like Vampire Diaries had. Damon Salvatore being one of them. So what I'm saying is, oh, hey, what's up, Justin? Cool, brother. Hey, man, good deal. If California falls off, Colorado will have a shoreline. Yes! Oh, my God. Maybe I'll move to Colorado then. Man, that would be fucking nice, wouldn't it? Holy shit. Colorado beaches? Let's fuck up the ecosystem. Fuck it. Let's go. But so what I'm saying is about being alpha. Hey, man, you want to pour fucking sugar, Aunt Jemima fucking syrup in your coffee to drink it? You fucking do that. Alpha is not being what's fucking cool. Alpha is about liking what you like and fucking owning it, man. So I bought this fucking bourbon because of an actor that I really, really like. And he got into bourbon. I'm into bourbon. Thought it was cool. Thought I would give it a shot. Bought this motherfucker in January. Just got the bottle a few weeks ago. So it's sold out. Like I said, I bought mine in January and I just now got it. And that was a pre-order. So I have not drank it yet. But I'm going to, and I'll let you know how it is. I told him I would try to give it the Kentucky seal of approval. What's it called again? It's called Brothers Bond Bourbon. They have an Instagram page. I believe they probably have a Facebook page too. Yeah, I can't stand coffee. Yeah, so Justin's a firefighter. You know what? You don't have to drink coffee. You can drink whatever the fuck you want. The point being is, I want people to congregate in the mornings at shift change with the guys going off shift, because sometimes that's the only fucking time you see them, right? You're working different shifts. 24-hour shifts is what we work. And, you know, you may never see these guys again. So it's good to know what the house is doing. It's good to talk about runs that you made. It's good to talk about fires that you made. Those things are all great. But, what's really great is when you get to know people. And, man, I tell you what, some of my best times, I mean, there was days that I was getting off shift and the oncoming shift. I love those guys so much. I wouldn't leave till 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, So, and I was lucky that I was able to do that. John Brosseau's active firefighter still. I drink my Mountain Dew with coffee drinkers. There you go, brother. That's it. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to drink coffee. I just drank coffee because as a new boy, I was making it anyway. I'm like, man, I might as well drink this fucking shit. I'm making it. You know what I mean? So if you're at a firehouse that does not have that tradition, start that tradition. Start that tradition. And I'll tell you what, I have been contacted by a couple other firehouses that I was never assigned to, which is odd. They want me to come in the mornings and have coffee with them. And that, to me, that was like, damn, man, that's pretty awesome. Like, that warmed my heart, thinking these guys wanted me to show up and have coffee with them in the morning. So, and I've not done it yet. I know, bad Travis. But yeah, I do want to do that, and I want to hang out with guys, especially new guys. I walked into the firehouse the other day. I went and got my real ID, true ID, whatever it is, the thing you're supposed to have. It's all bullshit. But I got my true ID, and it's right by the fire station I retired out of. So I walked over there, and the only guy I knew was my captain. It was a bunch of details and overtime guys. They all looked at me like, who's this homeless motherfucker walking in here? You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're like, hey. And I'm thinking, do you want to know why I'm fucking in here? Do you just let people walk around your firehouse? But the fire department's changing, and it should. I'm not saying the fire service shouldn't change in a social dynamic. I'm saying that there are traditions and experiences and exercises that should not go away. And I believe the coffee table is one of them. Do you mean the ID that was passed in law shortly? Yes, yes. Which, it still doesn't take the place of a passport. So, it's only really if you're traveling domestically, the airlines and stuff are going to require you to have it. But as long as you have a valid passport, that still suffices. So get it if you want it. If you don't want it, don't get it. I got it. I don't know why I got it. I just got it, because I'm fucking stupid. All right. So Josh isn't here. You get it. So what we're going to do is, I'm more of a white claw kind of guy. Yes, you are, actually. Hey, man, like I said, dog, own that shit. Own that shit, man. I'll drink a fucking seltzer every once in a while. Anyway, so I have some questions. Like I said, we haven't done a show in a couple weeks, so there were some questions. Some of them were pretty fucking stupid, and I'm not answering those. Some of them I already answered, and I respond to those people like, hey, man, I just answered that on the show. Check the show out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to make you watch a 2-hour show to learn to answer your question. That's the reason I like to do them up front. All right. Now, this person did not give me permission to say their name, so I can't. So why do you hate CrossFit so bad? Oh, my goodness. I don't hate CrossFit, guys. I have a good friend that's a CrossFitter. He gives me shit about bodybuilding. I give him shit about CrossFit. That's where that come from. Now, what I don't want to subscribe to is the cult following that CrossFit has. That's the reason I say I don't CrossFit. I functionally train. Okay, I do functional training now. I don't CrossFit. Okay, you'll never hear me say it. I won't. I'll never admit to it. Yeah, do I swing a kettlebell? Yeah, do I do a box jump? Yeah, do I do a burpee? Yeah, I do a pull-up. Yes, I do all that shit. Not CrossFit. It's functional fitness. Because I'm not buying into the whole cult thing. And I think I told the story before when people were asking me about doing the Murph. You know, there were 2 girls in the gym that day, and I guess they, you know, I kind of stick out because I'm wearing a fucking plate carrier. But there wasn't many people in the gym that day anyway. It was Memorial Day. And they were like, oh, are you doing the Murph? And I can barely breathe. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, oh, that's so awesome. Do you want us to do you need us to cheer you on? Get the fuck out of no, get the fuck away from me. No, I don't want you to fucking cheer me on. What I mean, but that's a CrossFit thing. You know what I mean? Like they push you. And, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Some people need that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Training partners are great. Having a cheering section, I guess, is great. But no, I didn't need it, and that's the kind of thing that, you know, shutters me away from the CrossFit world. But nevertheless, I don't hate CrossFit. I think it's a fantastic way to exercise. I don't give a shit what you do. Motherfucker, do Pilates, do pole dancing. Like, you want to get into something sexy? Do fucking pole dancing, like the stripper shit. Like, you can get fucking some great shape doing that stuff, apparently. Dave Bautista married the, like, pole dancing champion of the fucking United States or some shit. So, yeah, she's built pretty nice, as you can imagine. But do something. I don't give a shit what you do. Okay. So, I had a guy that he sent me this question afterward. I met him at the range. His name is Troy. Good dude. Really good dude. I believe he's ex-Army. Man, if I'm getting that wrong, I apologize, brother. I believe he's a former Army. I apologize. Former Army. And, I was shooting, and he was like, hey, man, like, you know, are you a police officer or whatever? And I'm like, no, I'm not, you know. And he was like, man, you were really good. Like, those drills you were doing, you were really good at those. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know, like, I didn't even know he's watching me, which is kind of strange. But he was in the back, like, loading magazines, and he was watching me do my drills. And he was like, so he hit me up on Facebook. He friend requested me. I accepted. He sent me a message, and he said, how is it that you're such a good shot? And, like, what do you do? Like, how many times you shoot a week and everything? So, again, I've kind of answered this question before. I am an avid shooter. I try to shoot as many times as I can a week. Last couple of weeks, I haven't really shot a lot because of vacation and just other things, work and other things. So, I dry fire a lot, okay? And I know dry firing's not cool. It's not sexy. But, you know, so if you want to be proficient or you want to be really, really good, so like expert shooters, they do the basics perfect all the time. Expert shooters do the basics perfect all the time. Every time they grab their weapon, the grip is perfect. Every time they go to prep the trigger, it's perfect. Every time they go to find their sights, it's perfect. Like, the draw is perfect. The hand position is perfect. Like, they do all the basic stuff perfect. So to be proficient, you need to do that. And you know what the best thing about, and this is what I told him, the best thing about dry firing is it's free. Okay, ammo's at a premium right now. There's nothing like going to the range. There's nothing like managing recoil. I understand all that, okay? That's the reason I try to shoot like I do. But the other things that aren't recoil related, you can practice at your home. There's several things that you can get to put in your weapon, your magazine, to where it's safe. You can re-rack, you can squeeze off the trigger, you can get on the wall, you can prep. There's a bunch of like lasers that can go in barrels now, and when you strike it, the trigger, a red light will flash on what you would have hit. The Mantex series, Mantex series is a fantastic option. I do not have it because it's like fucking $300. But if you think about what it gives you, I think it'd be a great investment. I'm just kind of waiting for it to go on sale because I really would like to have the Mantic system. But that's how I've become decent. I'm not going to say good in a short amount of time, is because every day, just I do reps. Just like when you exercise, it's muscle memory, right? Every time you go to pick up a weapon, if it's in your hand correctly, like I'll do 10 repetitions of just picking the weapon up. And then I'll be like, fuck, my grip's fucked up. Why is my grip fucked up? You know what I mean? So, it's muscle memory. So I wanted to address Troy's question on the show, and I asked him, and he was like, yeah, man, absolutely. Because I know a lot of people have asked, like, what is my regimen, I guess you should say, when it comes to that. So last question is, and I thought this was pretty good, from a buddy of mine, Eugene. He watches the show, listens to it on Anchor and iTunes. He says, what is the most important trait that you feel should be taught to young boys? Now, when he says young boys, he has a 7-year-old. Okay, so, and like, he's like, man, he's all into like Army and, guns and everything like that. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. If he's not scared of weapons, I would teach him weapon safety. But the most important trait, okay, I'm not a father. And I told him, it's like, man, you're asking the fucking wrong dude, man. I don't have kids. You know what I mean? Teach them to be fucking polite and respectful is the fucking number one thing, right? Like, you teach them that. He's like, man, he's already that. I'm like, well, I think it's very important, and I feel like you can go to almost any Instagram page, Byron Scott's Instagram page, former SEAL. He does a lot of these type of videos of like violence in the streets, like everyday violence, like people getting shot, people getting jumped. He was the first guy that I seen of the Oriental lady where the black dude just comes up and jacks her with like people looking on, like just walking on, like they didn't do shit. And his very response was, I'm sickened that I live in a society where nobody did anything to apprehend this man. So, and it's, man, it ain't my business. It ain't my business. Wasn't me. Oh, that sucks. Here, let me video and go viral. Okay, that's the society we live in, guys. No shit. I'm not saying you would do it. That's the fucking society we live in. So I would put a premium on teaching young boys to be protectors. Evil exists because good men do nothing. Okay? Now, not trying to be sexist here. Don't fucking throw that on me. Women, same way. Okay? A woman could have fucking took this dude down if she had some training. He weighed a fucking $110. So yeah, that means nothing. Okay? What I'm saying is, teach men to be protectors, okay? Because I feel like that's being lost in society right now. I don't want to get on a tangent with it, but it really bothers me that there's a lot of people turning the other way when they see something horrific going down or they break their fucking phone out. Now, I get it. There is something to be said about having a video recording of stuff. Okay, look at George Floyd. We'll look at the George Floyd instance. The police officer was obviously in the wrong. If we did not have a video footage of that, and I'll tell you, my opinion didn't change, but my opinion was strengthened when I watched the trial and I seen how long George Floyd laid on the ground, lifeless, not struggling, and he never really checked the condition of him. So I don't know. So seeing that video footage from the other officer's perspective in that trial, like, I'm like, man, that's fucked up, man. That is so fucked. It was fucked up to begin with, right? But it's so fucked up. So I'm glad that they had the lapel cams on. And I am glad that some people do video stuff. Some people should not get involved. Okay. my point being is to teach people to be protectors, they need to be able to protect themselves. If you can't protect yourself, you can't protect other people. Okay? So there's a whole gamut of things that come with being a protector. All right? Yeah, Travis King says, why didn't this stuff happen when I'm around? Exactly, bro. Exactly. I'm not saying I ever want to be involved in a situation where I could potentially go to jail, but I'm not going to sit around and fucking do nothing. You can bet your fucking ass on that. All right. So let's talk about that for a minute. So how would you react to certain situations? Okay. How would you react to certain situations? All right. Let me get this up. Okay. I think this is it. All right. These are 12 uncomfortable scenarios, guys. All right. And you're going to tell us what you would do. Look at Jim Halpert. Man, look at that face. Oh, I don't want to show you that. All right. The scenario number 1 is you're shopping at your favorite store and you see a shirt you like and grab the last one in your size. However, you put it down on a rack for a few minutes while you look somewhere else. You're looking for some fucking cool-ass shorts to go with it. Another shopper comes around and accidentally grabs the shirt. What do? 20% of people said, yes, I tell them that's my shirt. 80% say, I don't say anything since it was my fault for putting it down. What do you think? I'm going to go with the 80% here. I'm going to say, I don't know, man. It depends on how much I like the shirt. Did it make me look jacked? Did it fit my arms perfectly? I don't know, man. Like, you can't have too many of them shirts. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't say anything. Like, man, fuck, why'd I put that down for? But if I really like that shirt and I've been looking for one, I might say, like, hey, man, I'm really, really sorry, but I think it's all how you approach it, right? I think it's all how you approach it. All right, so we're going to go to the second one. Okay, this is one that I thought was interesting. Whoop. All right, here we go. So, scenario number 2. The cashier at the supermarket isn't paying attention because she's probably on her phone and rings you up incorrectly for some pricey olive oil. Olive oil. Saving you $10. So, you're saving $10 because this goof isn't paying attention. It's a mindless job. You could teach a chimpanzee to do this job. And she's nodding off, understandably, or just not paying attention. What would you do? So I'm going to go to the chat real quick. What would you guys do? What would you do there? Would you not say anything? Okay, because, I mean, she could potentially be fired for this. Okay, I'm not saying she would. Maybe that's a little exaggerated. But maybe has an issue with this. Her till comes up short all the time. She might be on probation. You know, she might be new at the register and they're going to bump her ass back to fucking cleaning toilets again. You know, we don't know. What would you do? I know what the Alpha Nation would do. They're going to tell her. I'm going to tell her. I'm going to be like, excuse me. I don't think that rang up. If I'm paying attention, I'm probably not paying attention. Yes, let them know they rang it up for the wrong price. Nope. I just saved $10. They should have been paying closer attention. What do you think? I'm going to tell you right now what it is. Yes, I let them know they rang it up for the wrong price. 38%. 62, you cheap motherfuckers. Nope. I just saved $10. They should have been paying closer attention. Man, 62%. Come on, y'all. Man, that's some bullshit. I don't know. If I'm paying attention and I see it, I'm going to say something. For one thing, I'm a big believer in karma. I believe me doing that is going to help me down the road somewhere. You know what I mean? There's a little bank. There's a little in the cloud somewhere. Like not the Apple cloud, like the real clouds. There's a karma bank. And when you do good things, the little karma fairies drop a little bit of karma in. If you do something great, like I found a dude's wallet the other day. This motherfucker really didn't even. I found it at a stop sign in the grass. And I looked down. I'm like, holy shit, there's a wallet there. Picked it up. Found him on Facebook. I was getting ready to go to the address on the driver's license and drop it in the mailbox. But I found him on Facebook. He lives 4 streets down from me. 4 streets down from me. I've never seen a motherfucker before in my life. And he was like, oh, man, thanks. I've been looking for that all morning. I'm at a wedding right now. Can you just drop it in the mailbox? I'm like, sure. That was it. That was all he said. You know, like, all right, man, whatever. But point being is, the little karma fairy fucking went up to the fucking my box up in the cloud and went, that's karma dust. And when you get enough karma dust, when something bad happens to you, when something bad would have happened to you, the karma box explodes. All the karma dust changes the timeline, and you're not in trouble now. Yep. Fucking broke it down right here on the fucking show. Now you know how karma works. That's exactly the scientific definition of how karma works. Yep. You learn shit on this show, guys. All right. Oh my God, I love this one because I hate kids. Okay. Scenario 3. The kid sitting behind you on your flight starts kicking your oh my God, this little fucker is going skydiving without a chute. However, there are only 20 more minutes left before you land. Psh, I don't even need to see these fucking answers, yo. Yes, that kid needs to stop. I'm talking to their parents. It's only 20 more minutes. I can deal with it. Come on, guys. Come on now. I know what you think the answer should be, but let's be honest. A few kicks wouldn't bother me, but if it's repeatedly done, I might say something. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, if they're just doing it a couple times, they may not realize they're doing their fucking kids. This little fucking shitbird's on her phone. She ain't paying no motherfucking attention. So she's probably tap dancing. Looks like she's got motherfucking tap dancing shoes on. Are those tap dancing shoes? So she's probably fucking tap dancing the shit out of the back of your fucking chair, John. So I'm going to fucking turn around and be as intimidating and mean as I can be and be like, if you touch my chair again, I'm going to send you to the place where no one will ever find you. I know where you live, you little fucking bitch. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you got something to say, Dad? Wait till we land. Air Marshal's right there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really would say some crazy shit to her. Like, I'm not fucking around. That shit drives me nuts. I want to say it to fucking adults. It's funny that they use a child in this. Why not an adult? Because adults do the fucking shit all the time. And how about this shit? I know y'all have had this happen. It drives me absolutely fucking bonkers. Motherfuckers, and I know it's cramped. I understand fucking they cram us in like goddamn cattle and sardines in these fucking airplanes, right? When you get up to go to the bathroom and you pull on the chair in front of you, do you realize that there's a motherfucker sitting in that chair that could be asleep, that could be having really a bad fucking week? And you're probably going to wake him up because your lazy ass doesn't have the strength in your quads to get up from a fucking seated position in a fucking airplane. Motherfucker, I'm going to tell you what right now, the next motherfucker that does it to me, he's going to have a bad day. He's going to have a fucking bad day because I'm over that shit. Motherfucker, it's just disrespectful, okay? And Travis says, kids need to learn respect at an early age. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, back to my buddy Eugene's question, you know, like, teach them respect. Like, you know, the number one thing for a fucking kid, to me, is respectful. Like, I had a kid the other day. Where was I at? That make a difference. I was going in somewhere, and this kid could barely hold the door. Like, if he had to open the door himself, it would have been hard for him. He holds the door open for his mom and brother went in. It might have been his sister, I don't know. He holds the door open for me like he's struggling. And I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck he was doing because it looked like he was kicking his ass. And I'm looking at him. He was like looking at me like, go in, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, hey, buddy, thank you. You know, like, dude, I looked at his mom and was like, hey, raising that one right, ma'am. You know, like, dude, fucking, there ain't nothing warms my heart than a small kid being generous and respectful. I'm telling you right now. And if you got one of these little fuckers that ain't neither, you need to check yourself. You need to fucking check yourself. All right. Oh, view results. Let's see. Let's see what the motherfuckers that took this poll said. 41% kid needs to stop. I'm telling on them. 59. Dude, this is a liberal website if I ever seen it. That's a liberal answer, man. Come on, dude. I'm fucking trashing her. Trashing her. All right, number 4 scenario. You and your friends ordered Uber Eats. Oh my God. I've got some stories about Uber Eats. When you guys open the bags, you realize you got both your order and someone else's too. The order is definitely stuff you guys would eat as well. Yeah, I'm letting them know they mixed up. Nope, let Uber Eats, that customer in the restaurant, deal with it. Okay, so I've had many a situation with Uber Eats. Teresa, it's not on my phone anymore. Okay, I do DoorDash, Uber Eats. Never, ever got my order right. And when you call the restaurant, or when you call Uber Eats, they basically don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, you got to deal with the restaurant. You got to deal with the restaurant. You got to deal with the restaurant. And then you go to the restaurant, and they're like, oh, yeah, that was the Uber Eats order. You need to call them. No. I'm calling you because that's what Uber Eats said to do. And they're like, well, I forget what I've been told. But so, especially during COVID, Uber Eats aren't allowed to open the bags and check the order. Maybe now they are. They weren't then. So it was up to the restaurant to get your fucking order right. Well, everybody wants to pass the buck. I'm telling you right now. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm kind of doing a job right now to where if I see something wrong, I'm supposed to tell people like, hey, this could be fixed or whatever. 99.9% of the time, it's people passing the buck. It's people passing the buck. Oh, yeah, well, I told so-and-so about that, and they didn't do nothing. Oh, man, yeah, that ain't my fault. I didn't know nothing about that. That ain't my fault. Are you the manager, or are you not in charge of it? Well, yeah, but, yeah, man, I don't know, but I don't do that. Not once have I had a motherfucker go, you know what, man? Yeah, that's on me. Yeah. You know what? They told me about that a couple months ago. I forgot. Yeah, I'm going to get on that, though. No, dude, we all fuck up. This passing the buck, it ain't my problem, ain't my fault, especially if you're in a fucking service industry. Dude, that's bullshit. That's out. I'm liberal, but liberals need to show respect as well. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Absolutely they do. And I'm going to touch on that real quick since you said that, Travis. So here's my thing. I kid a lot. There are moderate liberals. Everybody. So this is how I feel about it. Conservatives. Let me start with liberals first. Liberals all think that the world should be more equal. They all think the world can be better and should be better. They believe in equality for everybody. They believe that you get a little socialist here, but they think that there's the 1% has way too much of the money and it should be spread out more. Okay? Conservatives, on the other hand, they're the realists. They understand that equality is a false god. And what I mean by that is it would be great for racism to be eradicated. Can we all get down with that? I believe a large population of human beings in the world would agree to that. You're always going to have your shit fucking heads that believe in other things, okay, and not what's best for everyone, all right? But it's not reality. Now, does that mean it shouldn't change? Absolutely, it should. It should change. Does it mean it shouldn't get better? Absolutely, it should get better. I'm not saying that. But sometimes expectations are inaccurate or ambitious when it's a waste of fucking time. This is fantastic. Travis King says, I want my gay friends to be able to marry and own guns to protect their pot plants. Fucking amen, brother. Cheers to you. That is absolutely correct. I agree in all of that statement right there. Every bit of it. And I'm a conservative. And I may piss off some of my right-wing friends when I talk about you should be able to marry who you want to marry. I piss off my right-wing friends when I think a woman has a choice. I don't think a woman should have a choice taken away from her by a law that mostly men created. I don't think that's right. So therefore, I'm very left of my right center. Yes, less government, more freedoms. I agree. So, and again, that is more of a conservative thought. I believe that, that's another thing the liberals believe is that the government's going to fix everything. They're not going to fix anything. They make things worse. Govern your fucking selves. But yeah, John says, going back to the Uber Eats question, John says, my order's been messed up so many times when we carry out, so we learn to check before we leave. Absolutely. I do that drive-thrus now. Like, I hate doing it because I know there's people behind me and I'm like, I know I should get the fuck out of the way and I will, hold on. And I'm looking, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing worse than getting home, being hungry, and your shit being wrong or something being missing. So yeah, you should always double check that shit, man. Always double check that shit. But yeah, so don't think that, like I'm against fucking liberals. I'm not. But this is the point I wanted to make. And I'm about to try that Brothers Bond bourbon, Jason. Ain't bad. It's a little hot on the end, which is odd because there's really no heat up front. Very citrusy. It's got a lot of citrus. Now, I'm no bourbon expert by any means. I just drink a lot of it. I like it. I'll drink the rest of it, but well done. I think well done. Here's the thing. This is the big problem with the radical left right now. Okay. Yeah, I love vodka, man. Let's do it. Fuck yes. I'll be at the shop on the 30th. We can do it then. It'll be noon, but hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right, brother? So there's a double standard going on. And this is what I can't fucking stand. So Gina Carano can make a statement about how she feels the conservative right is being treated in the media. She's fired for her comments from The Mandalorian on Disney. The star of that show, Pedro Pascal, said one of the exact same things he said about immigration. When children were being put in cages, he compared them to Jews in concentration camps. Kept his job. Gina lost hers. Cancel culture. It's the double fucking standard. Okay? Whoopi Goldberg can make a joke, a gay joke about Nassib, Raiders fan. I hope he butt fucks every opposing quarterback. I hope he throws his dick in Mahomes' mouth this season. I don't give a shit if you're gay, man. Play fucking football. Get on the fucking field. Nothing but support from Raider Nation. Whoopi Goldberg makes a fucking gay joke about him on her fucking show. Nothing. So the left can say what they want to say that is racist or xenophobic or homophobic, and nothing. The right says it, and motherfuckers are coming out of the woodwork to cancel them, trying to get them fired from their jobs, trying to get them fucking their marriages divorced, their marriage is terminated. Like, what the fuck? You all are supposed to be the equality guys. You're supposed to be, hey, we need to come together. We need to work together. Kumbaya motherfucking ya. And the radical left has become the fucking mob. And this is what people fucking can't fucking stand, is the double standard. If it ain't cool to say anything impolitically correct, then you can't fucking say it either. And just because you're part of the cancel culture, you guys go to the cancel culture meetings and go, yep, Carano's done. Yep, this guy's done. This guy's done. LeBron James put a police officer's life in jeopardy by tweeting what he tweeted. He immediately took it down, but guess what, LeBron? It's just like a dick pic, buddy. It's out there forever. Okay? He put this guy's life in jeopardy. That man did his job. And I know there's one black female that's not saying fuck the police that night, and that was a chick that was about to get stabbed in the motherfucking face when that cop saved her life. You're next. What the fuck, man? NBA does nothing. So it's that type of shit that makes people want to react negatively. It makes people want to react aggressively towards that. I've seen a comment. Greg Taylor, the thoughts on the president's speech the other night. Man, I tell you what. I'm glad you said that, Greg. I'm glad you brought that up. His speech. I really wish Joe could pull off some of the things he thinks he can. We know he can't. I don't think he has. I think there's something wrong with the man. I really do. And so now I want to say this really quick. Trump was embarrassing. I know I got Trump people that watch this show. I liked his policies, some of his policies. Put money in my pocket. I like some of his policies. He was an embarrassment. Okay, the motherfucker couldn't keep his mouth shut, which I know that's why people loved him. I get it. I get the dichotomy. Okay, if you think for a fucking minute that Joe Biden isn't embarrassing us on a similar level, just different, it's apples and oranges, man. It's all fucking embarrassment. He is embarrassing us. Fumbling over his words, the whispering. What the fuck? Talking about that girl that had her legs crossed in the fucking front row. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Okay? And let me tell you something about the liberal media. All right? God damn it, Greg. I don't know why you got me on this shit. All right. So, his name's, I believe it's Jeremy Greenwald. Jerry Greenwald, whatever. He's a liberal Twitter influencer, whatever the fuck. I'm sure he's a fucking reporter or some shit. And yes, Jason says, you think they're going to cancel LeBron? It's all about money. It is all about money. But again, it's all about money until it's not. And it's, Gina's an actor. Granted, she's not Pedro Pascal, but, they were trying to cancel Chris Pratt. You know what I mean? So, cancel culture has no fucking limits, and I don't think they really see it as money. It's just the left does it, the right doesn't. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Yes, and Travis says exactly what I've been trying to say. Trump just needed to act like a statesman, then people wouldn't have such a problem with him. Absolutely. If he could have just reined it in a little bit. Get rid of your fucking Twitter account, man. Stop poking people. But there is a big section of his supporters that absolutely fucking love that. They love Trump because he picked on the left. He antagonized the media. They loved it. I didn't. It's not good for the country, man. It splits the country. Okay? Joe Biden is no better because he's inept. He's a moron. He's an idiot. Okay? Kamala Harris, man, is the Democratic Party having some fucking remorse on that pick. She can't do anything right. And you know the only reason she went to the border today? Trump's going July 3rd. Do you think that they were going to let Trump visit the border before Kamala Harris did? The border czar? Or she was appointed the border czar in the beginning. I think that changed somewhere. I don't know. Because they realized she's a moron and can't do anything. So they sit her over here in the fucking corner. That laughing shit she does. Dude, man. We look bad, guys. I'm an American. Okay? I'm actually rooting for fucking Joe. Okay? I hope he can keep it fucking together just long enough to where nobody wants to take us over. Okay? I mean, that's how bad. But here's the problem with liver media. So back to this Greenwald character, this fucking columnist. All right? He goes on a fucking Twitter rant. I need whiskey for this. He goes on a Twitter rant. And the problem is people believe this shit. All right, he goes on a Twitter. Thanks, Greg Taylor, for fucking getting me on a tangent. He goes on a Twitter rant about how Biden punked out Putin at the summit. I had a whole thing prepared. Woo, it gets hotter. I had a whole thing prepared for this, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll get ramped up. I ain't going to talk about it. Nah, fuck it, I'm talking about it. I wish I had my notes. I don't have my notes. I could tell you everything this fucker said, but I'm going to paraphrase, okay? Look it up yourself. Judge for yourself. So this picture here, all right, this is what happens, guys. This is a photo op opportunity. The first time President Biden, leader of the most powerful fucking country in the world, meets probably the second biggest power in the world. Russia, United States got some history, yo. You know what I'm saying? He takes this opportunity right here on this picture here. They go to shake hands. Putin, being a fucking professional alpha, he knows what he's supposed to do. He shook hands. He exchanged what probably little English he knows with Biden. Probably called him a fucking putz in fucking Russian that Biden didn't understand. And he turns to the cameras for the picture. This is a photo opportunity. Even the left has to agree with this, guys. Come on. Look at Biden. He never really turned around. And when he did, Putin had already let the handshake go. So this is the picture that he goes on this rant about Biden's body language and about how he's displaying he is the apex predator in this meeting right now. And he's telling Putin that, motherfucker, stop. Stop. Putin is a fucking killer. He's a fucking killer. He makes people disappear maybe on a weekly basis. Okay? He was the leader of the motherfucking KGB. So I'm going to put up an image. And this will be all that needs to be fucking said. This is the Alpha Bro Show. And I really, really hate that I'm talking about a Russian communist leader with admiration, but it is what it is. Here you go. That's it. That's it. For my audio listeners, I'm going to describe this picture. It is badass, and it is alpha as fuck. okay? On the left, we have the leader of the Soviet Union. He will be until he dies. No one's upseating this motherfucker. He ain't going nowhere. This motherfucker is shirtless, rocking a Figaro gold chain, riding a goddamn bear in a creek. You heard me correct. Riding a motherfucking bear. Now, is this photoshopped? Maybe. I don't know. Do we have any good photoshops of Biden riding a motherfucking bear, shirtless? Putin don't look bad either. I mean, like, he's a little flabby, but I mean, he's got to be late 60s, right? Maybe older than that. I don't know. Russians, I don't know. They're like black. They don't crack, And on the right, you have the leader of the most powerful nation the world has ever fucking seen. Joe Biden falling up a flight of fucking steps leading to an airplane. We've all seen the picture. The entire world has seen the picture. That's all you need to fucking see. Please don't tell me that he punked out fucking Vladimir Putin. Because I'm going to call you a fucking dumbass to your goddamn face. Because it's fucking ridiculous. God damn it, Greg Taylor, you got me fucking going off now. No. Yeah, guys. So, the thing is that we're all Americans. And with the 4th of July coming up and everything, I really, really hope that, and I think there has been a shift. So this is what I think happened. Fuck it. I'm drunk now, so we're going to talk about my political theories. The Alpha Bro political show. So this is what I think happened. The left hates Trump. Oh, newsflash. Yeah, you heard it here first. The left hates Trump. So what our moderate lefts, like Travis King would be, he's a moderate leftist. He hates Trump too. So what he does is, man, I'm going to join with these radical lefts real quick. And I'm going to get Trump out of office. Once he's out and our guy's in, I'm going to fall back to the middle. I like my gay marriage. I like my guns. I believe in the Constitution. I like my marijuana. Moderate leftists, I'll party with you. Me and you, we can have some great conversations, the moderate leftists. Okay, that guy that sits in the middle, like I do. I guess I kind of do, right? Now, there's buyer's remorse. Voter's remorse, I should say. These motherfuckers are now going, oh, fuck. Man, this Harrison Biden combo is a fucking train wreck. They have majority in the House and Senate, and they can't get anything done. They can't get anything done. That should tell you all you need to know. There are Democratic senators, there were 3 last week, that wrote letters to Kamala Harris to get your motherfucking lazy ass to the border. Why haven't you been to the border? I know. You can't make this shit up. And I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for Trump going to the border on the 3rd of July, she wouldn't be going. The media would have a fucking field day with that shit. Or Fox would. I don't know. CNN. Dude, CNN's lost so much credibility in the last month. I don't even know why you would watch that show. I mean, so I will be talking about the CNN reporter that was on video on a Tinder date. This is no shit. I should have did the show I wanted to do. I really should have. And she's recording him talk about how they would shit on anything Trump did and anything the left did was good. It was all propaganda. All propaganda. He talks about it. He talks about it in this recording. I have the video. I probably could pull it up, but we're running at an hour. I'm going to save it for another show. But it's what I'm saying is that this guy was, he was not a CNN reporter. He was like a fucking producer of CNN. He got on a Tinder date and she set him up. She got him talking about it. And this dumb motherfucker told her this shit. So if you want to know if the media is crooked or bought by the left, look no motherfucking further. Now, you got people that'll say, I don't watch the fucking news. Fuck the news. It's all fucking lies and bullshit. Well, that's great. Now you're just not even informed. You know what I mean? So I get it. It's a very, very, very confusing time. I believe that reporters have lost all integrity. There is no journalistic integrity. Everything has an opinion based to it. So, you know, I substitute teach some. And there was a exercise that kids had to do one day. And it was take out all the sensationalized words of a story and report it like you were reporting it to a class, okay? You know, Johnny has a red bike. It goes really fast. Tommy, who's really jealous of Johnny's red bike, cracked him in the head because he don't like him, stole his bike, and then sold it for $25 to Timmy Sue, who's down the road. You know what I mean? So, like, and then you had to take out all of the opinionated words and just give the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Remember that show, Dragnet? Yeah, they had it right. Now, every reporter has a narrative. Every TV show has, every TV or news channel has a narrative. Fox, same way. I watch Fox. But I sometimes go, come on, y'all. Come on, man. That ain't right. That's not right. No. You know what I mean? Travis King says we need to bring Walter Cronkite back. Fuck yeah, man. Fucking skull. Let's bring Walter back. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous on both sides. Now, I will say, like, especially with this Fauci stuff, you're not seeing a lot of it on the mainstream news. Fox has a lot of it. That's some fucked up shit, you all. It's some fucked up shit. And, you know, the test of function is the big thing that I'm pissed off about because, and I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you why. Why? Did you say why, big bearded bastard? Yes, I heard you. I got you. So Rand Paul, which I'm not a Rand Paul fan, but he stays in Fauci's ass. I've never liked Fauci. Okay. He asked Fauci if they were doing test of function, gain of function test. Fauci is vehemently saying no. He asked him 3 times. We are not doing gain of function test. So what that is it's basically they're testing viruses to see if they can manipulate them or modify them to be more deadly. Now, why the fuck would anybody do this? Okay, it's science, okay? Some of the time anyway. To do that, Fauci's hypothesis, I want to say, is he, by doing this gain of function test on viruses, could possibly predict the next virus or pandemic. Okay, that's the reason they were doing it. Okay, but my point being is they were doing it. His emails prove it. His emails prove it. The email was dated before he testified in front of Congress and Rand Paul asked him that question. Now, did they suspend gain of function testing? And Fauci was saying, like, basically, we're not doing it anymore up until 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? It doesn't make a difference. He was evasive or he basically fucking lied to Congress. If that'd be you or me or any of us in the fucking chat right now, we'd be in jail. It's perjury. You can't do that. Okay? Fauci has, yes, he very much so. And it's all came out. There's a lot of medical professionals now coming out saying that they wanted to speak out, but because Fauci is the fucking man in that field, their careers will be over. And we all know any kind of, when you get that high up, that's how the game works. So, yes, I mean, now, The mask thing, I'm still a little out on. He said mask wouldn't have did any good because of the size of the virus. I knew that from way back just because of the N95s we had to wear in the fire department. And then a week later, I'm signing a memo about how to make a mask out of a fucking old T-shirt. And I'm like, what the fuck? We went from N95 to a fucking T-shirt that I've wore for fucking 15 years that I can see through? What sense does that make? Now, I have seen some tests about the spread and all that stuff. So I'm going to leave that in limbo for the moment. But bottom line is, he lied to Congress. He lied to a senator about gain of function. He should be in fucking jail. Or being investigated. Maybe he is being investigated. I don't know. Nothing's going to happen to him because this administration won't allow it. Okay? He was put up as the anti-Trump guy, the left. He became a fucking hero to the left. And there's hero worship with Fauci. There's people have thank God for Tony Fauci in their fucking yards. Okay, I've seen them. They're mostly New York, which kind of like California. So again, guys, the double standard. Hey, I want you fucking no. Illegal's illegal. If it put me in jail, motherfucker better put you in jail. But that ain't how things work, right? HEPA filters can't trap it. No way these masks trap it. Right, exactly. And they were even saying the CDC backtracked immediately when the study came out about how mask, like a non-N95 mask, all right, would catch big droplets of the virus, but the smaller droplets would still, like if you sneeze inside a mask or talking or yelling, I think yelling or screaming was what the word they used. Those particles would exit the mask and travel for several feet. So what good did the fucking mask do? You know what I mean? I agree. I think the masks were all bullshit. It was all about power. It was all about control. And, I think a lot of this pandemic was, to be honest. It's a 1.3% mortality rate, guys. 1.3% mortality rate. We had 53 million cases in the United States, 500,000 something deaths. I mean, it's math. It's fucking math. We shut down our economy, especially with a lot of the social unrest going on. It's just bad, And like I said, guys, I'm not rooting against Biden. I don't think I have to. It'd be like rooting against the Washington Generals playing the Harlem Globetrotters. You don't fucking have to. Travis said, I was always young, so I was screwed from the start. Me too. I'm always told how loud I am, so no mask is keeping my shit in. I'm going right through that fucking mask. But we need to come together, and I thought that's what Biden was going to do. I believe in his inaugural address, he talked about bringing the country together, and one of the first things he did in the G4 summit was he bashed conservatives. He bashed conservatives. He told Putin that he was a smart, worthy adversary, but he's bashing half of Americans. And when I say half of Americans, because if you look how the votes went down, that's about how it went. Okay? So, and I know, I can hear the left yelling now, Trump did it first. He did, because he's fucking stupid. It doesn't mean it's right for Biden to do it either. Like, I said that when Trump did it. I'm like, God damn, dude, come on. Fucking be smart. And you got Biden in there. He's been 50 years a goddamn politician. Falls right into the fucking same trap. At least Trump wasn't a politician. And he's doing dumb shit. What's Biden's fucking excuse? Besides, y'all don't want to admit it, but there's something wrong with him, man. There's something wrong with the guy. So I think we're fucked. Get your guns. Get your fucking ammo. Get at least 14 days of food and water. Get fuel. Because dude, we might be shut down for a minute. But yeah, guys, that's the conversation, and like that's one of the reasons I love podcasting, right? a conversation. You can have a conversation. I'm having a conversation with you guys. You guys have been fucking great right now. I just really think you're over your skis right now. Skis? I don't know what that means. Wow. Wow. How does bourbon heat up? Like, Jesus Christ. But you know, it's an alpha, okay? An alpha personality needs to be able to see both sides of things. I feel like there's a lot of common sense being thrown out the window right now. There's a lot of things that don't make sense that people are telling you are real or reality, and they're not. On both sides, you need to be able to think for yourself. But just because someone says that G4, what? It's G-Force. Yeah, I meant G-Force. You remember the anime show where they all dressed like birds, and I think their plane was called the Mach 5, and they would put their little watch over their. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, common sense. Well, if common sense was common, everybody'd have it, right? So, yeah, but this is what people need to be doing, and like it's just like when Texas lifted the mask mandate, there was Democratic senators trying to pull vaccines that were being shipped to Texas because, and quote, they're siding with the virus because they were one of the first to lift the mask mandate. And it's like Dan Crenshaw said, we're not saying it's illegal to wear a mask. We're giving people the fucking choice, which is what you should have had the entire time. You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear this public health crisis shit. Like, even in public health crisis? Yes. Fucking obesity and cardiovascular disease is killing more people than coronavirus. And ain't nobody doing shit about that. You know what I mean? Alcohol and cigarettes kill more people. I mean, come on, guys. It's not about that. You're virtue signaling now. So, you know, did I say that right, Jason? Was that a correct reference? Stay tuned, brother. Anyway, yes, Travis, fucking freedom. Fucking freedom. That's what this country was fucking founded on. People gave up freedoms way too quick, way too easily. And I'll admit, I played along because nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And it was scary. That's some scary shit, right? I think, and if people, you know, you'll have motherfuckers say, I knew it was always bullshit. No, you fucking didn't, motherfucker. No, you didn't. I never once wore a mask. Well, then you're a dumbass. Because that shit could have been like a 20% mortality rate, killing all kinds of motherfuckers, and you'd have been a dead motherfucker just because, what? You're tough? You're smarter than everybody else? Well, have a great dirt nap, motherfucker. But as time went on, and I started to notice things, and I say me, the country, it was kind of like, wait a minute, man. You know, I'm not at risk. I'm not at risk. Why is Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot able to operate at a greater capacity than Mom and Pa's fucking hardware store that's right down my house that I always try to go to because I try to support local business. You know what I mean? Those willing to give up freedom for security deserve neither. I tell you what, that's a fucking great quote, man. That's fantastic. You're absolutely right. That's a good one. I like that a lot. I know you didn't come up with that, but I mean that's perfect for the conversation that we're having. And it's totally correct. It's totally correct. I just want people to think for themselves. And, you know, part of the Alpha Bro show is we're trying to get people to better themselves. You need to be able to see both sides of the story. I know, right? Yeah, that's fucking classic. Yeah, man. I wish I could say, man, I know the dude that said that saying. He said it on my show, man. Yeah, it was awesome. But, you know, and that's part of it, guys, is you need to be able to listen. And that is a Okay. So I want to address this. You know, Walmart had groceries, so it's considered an essential service. Okay. What's Lowe's have? What's Home Depot have? They don't have fucking groceries. So how are they considered essential? This is because they have shit to fix your fucking house, your AC, and all that other stuff, right? That's what I'm saying. So they were able to operate at 50% capacity. That's still not what, I mean, you could get more people in the bathroom at Lowe's than you could the mom and pop store down here. Who's to say that they're more essential than them, but that's going to kill their business? That's my point. Who's to say what is essential and what fucking isn't? This is what they should have did, Jason. They should have been able to put, it was determined state by state. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct by that. And I do believe in state government, federal government, stay the fuck out. But here's what state governments told you, okay? Kentucky is a perfect example of why you're wrong in this, all right? In the beginning, we're following CDC guidelines. We're following CDC guidelines. We're following CDC guidelines. Hey, it ain't us, guys. It's CDC guidelines. It's CDC guidelines. Perfect argument, okay? Then, when things started to a little bit loosen, we're going to open restaurants up to this capacity. We're going to do this. CDC said, tattoos are essential, by the way. That's correct. CDC said 50% capacity, indoor dining, 50%. You know what Kentucky said? You know what our fucking Adolf Bashir said? CDC saying 50%. All the fucking red states are going to do 50%. We're going to do 33.3%. What happened to fucking CDC guidelines? Oh, because you have a bunch of motherfuckers that are smarter than the fucking CDC? So we're going to do 33% when this whole goddamn time it's been 50% because that's what the CDC said? But now we're doing our own shit? It was never about fucking science, guys. It was never about science. Okay? What should have happened is every business owner puts a fucking sign on their business establishment saying, warning, you enter this establishment at your own risk. We are taking COVID precautions, or we're not taking COVID precautions. You now know everything you need to know before you step into my establishment. This is my fucking business. This is my livelihood for my kids. So for you to say I'm not essential is fucking bullshit. And you have a choice. Don't go to my shop. Go to the other fucking shop where you got to put a level A suit on. Fucking free enterprise, man. Freedom. I know it sounds contrary and, but what the fuck, man? It's never been more evident than the last year and a half. We gave up way too much, guys. Business owners I have a buddy that had a new business that he's basically cashed out of because he started at the fucking wrong time, everybody that started a new business before the pandemic, they're probably not in business anymore. Travis, who owns Prophecy Inc. here in Louisville, it's a premier tattoo shop in Louisville. He's been around for a while. He's established, and luckily, he was able to survive. I'm sure Travis knows a bunch of tattoo artists or tattoo shops that didn't across the country, California especially. It's fucking bullshit is what it is. But I do agree that, state government affects you a lot more than federal government does. Freedom! I just had those fucking guts pulled out, which I'm sure is what some small business owners felt like. I'm sure they felt like fucking William Wallace getting their goddamn guts ripped open. They were probably saying freedom until they fucking went down. You know what I mean? So, maybe we learned. I don't know if we did. I guess we won't know until There's another fucking pandemic, which is probably right around the corner. If Fauci's got anything to say about it. But, and you know, that's the other thing, too. We now know he lied. He lied. All the evidence points to Wuhan and China lying. Oh, my God. China lied about something. Huge fucking shocker. I mean, you got liberals like Jon Stewart coming out now saying that, you know, we need to get to the bottom of this fucking Wuhan leak. You know, I mean, it's just, and if you had said that shit a year ago, if you'd have said, man, I know it came from that fucking Wuhan, dude, take your fucking tinfoil hat off. You're a goddamn conspiracy theorist. Everybody that said that shit back then needs an apology because just like Jon Stewart said, wow, there's a leak in Wuhan and a few miles down the road, they test that virus, but it didn't come from there. It's lunacy. It was always lunacy. And people fucking swallowed that motherfucker. I mean, give me a fucking break, you bunch of guzzlers. What the fuck? No way, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. There was a guy, he's a virologist, so he worked for the CDC. He was apparently high up in the United States virology department, wherever the fuck. He was on Joe Rogan's show saying, without a doubt, it didn't come from that lab. There's too many protocols in place. There's too much this. There's too much. I'd love for Joe to have that guy back on. Be like, hey, knowing what you know now, what do you think? What do you think happened? How do you think he got out of the lab? Like, I wonder if this guy's not changed his opinion and feels like a fucking dumbass because, you know. No, that's incorrect, Jason. There was a question about it coming from the Wuhan lab. And they said it come from the wet market that served bats. Okay? And the problem, you're saying the problem is trying to say that it was weaponized. It doesn't matter. It had to have been weaponized for it to be a novel virus. So think about this. If it didn't mutate in nature to be jump species, test the function, okay? If it didn't, then it was weaponized. Now, whether it was intentionally released from the lab or it leaked out of the lab, to me, that's the question. I don't think, correct. We always knew it came from Wuhan. The wet market, Jason, not the lab. Everybody that said the lab in Wuhan, you were called a crackpot. You were called a fucking conspiracy theorist. Okay? Now we know. Okay? We know China lied. We should have always known China was fucking lying. Yes, it always came from Wuhan. All right? For it to have jumped species, it was tested on, it was modified, and it was either released intentionally or accidentally. You know what I mean? Intentionally, I mean, there needs to be ramifications. I mean, there needs to be ramifications. Accidentally, accidents happen, but the way China has handled themselves and lied and kept people, have stymied the investigations, which a lot of the administration said, no, they're good. They're good. No, it didn't come from the lab. We're not going to investigate the lab because they said it didn't come from there. That's the shit that, you know, bothers me about our own internal investigations. China was suspect from jump. It was accidental at worst, but there's no way that they were going to try to kill the golden goose. The golden goose being who? Fauci? Because he's kind of a fucking golden goose. But look, okay, so think about this, Jason. They released, what is, the two countries that had the most elderly population in the entire world, and they covet their elderly, are Japan, China, Italy. Okay? It's very, very common for grandparents, great-grandparents to live with children when they get of age. Okay? Who this target? Who did this target? Targeted them. Okay? Now, it did get into America, and you're saying the Golden Goose was America. I mean, I don't know this. I hear this all the time. But didn't China and Japan own most of the fucking United States? I mean, I guess we're the Golden Goose, but who stood to benefit from us being down? They did. The reason they were studying is because the region and the hotspot for this type of virus is spread, and bats are usually the prime suspects. Okay, so why is it, and this was on Rogan's show the other day, why is it that Wuhan said they had no bats? The Wuhan lab said they had no bats there, but yet Fauci, in an email, gave $161,000 to Wuhan, the medical facility, for bat surveillance. They had bats. They had bats. And just so you know, there's 3 labs in the entire world that have this coronavirus. Okay? One's in Texas. I don't know where the other one is. It's in the United States, but one is in Texas. The other one is somewhere in the United States. And Wuhan. It didn't get out of here. Got out of there. No, they want us to buy stuff. We are a 70% company. I mean, 1.3% mortality rate. I don't know how many old people are buying anything. You know what I'm saying? Didn't hurt their market. If that's your argument, that, you know, they wasn't killing shit. Let's be honest, guys. 1.3% mortality rate, United States. Yeah, 5 million cases. No, I'm sorry. 500 million cases. Fucking 532,000 deaths or something like that. I just Googled it the other day because I'm reading a book. It's a fictional book, but it's about after the coronavirus, whatever. And so he was talking about it being a 0.3% mortality rate in the book. And I'm like, you know what? It may have been, but I'm going to look and see what it is now. Because, you know, by the time he was writing this book, it may have been. But I knew that it went up. And it's went up. That's straight from the CDC website. So they're not killing shit. They're not killing the golden goose. I don't know what it was. If I had to bet money, even though China's crooked as shit, I'm going to say it was accidental release. And they're trying to cover up because they don't want worldwide ramifications, not just ramifications for us. And how would we punish them, Jason? We would punish them by tariffs, taxes, stuff like that. Well, Biden's not going to do anything to them. He's not going to do shit. If Trump was there, which we had a great deal of independence from China when Trump was in office. That was one of the many things that I liked about him was he gave us a lot of independence from China and third world oil. But that, I mean, there was no killing the golden goose by releasing this virus. I actually think it was an accidental release. But still, how they've lied and basically just fabricated tons of shit to put the emphasis off them is unexcusable. And the NATO should be involved. The world should be involved in wanting answers from China on this shit. Hell, our giveaway gave away free money, then spent on cheap ass China toys and electronics. Now we're trying to give away more money we don't have, but shit for them. For sure. And Andy Beshear announced today or yesterday that he's going to give $1,500 to the first 15,000 people that go back to work. What the fuck? What goddamn sense does that fucking make? That makes no motherfucking sense. What about all the people that went back to work? What all about the people that have been working? So the people that have gotten the meal ticket by staying home, they're going to get another $1,500. It's taxable. It is taxable. So they'll get, what, 800 of it? It's ridiculous. It's Beshear, man. He won't. He's gone after this term. There's the shit that he has done it's pissed everybody off because it's just dumb. It makes none of it makes any more. It makes no sense. Like I said, why don't you do something for people that have continuously been to work? There was supposed to be now, Larry, I believe you're still a paramedic. There was supposed to be a $1,500 bonus for first responders. I don't know if they ever issued that because I would have gotten it, and I never got it because I was working in that time frame of the state of emergency. They didn't get. They still haven't done that, have they? But they're going to give $1,500 to motherfuckers that ain't been working. You know, I mean, it's lunacy. Do you think the Chinese government wants us to think about internal supply chains? I don't think they want us to think about that because we get a lot of their stuff from them. I mean, like, look at the N95s. When the N95 shortage happened, you know where 90% of them were made? Fucking China. That's gone. I guarantee you there's someone stockpiling the shit out of them right now just for a fucking rainy day because they have the material and they thought, hey, we can make these masks. We're going to make these masks. No, I don't think they want us to think about that. I don't think it was intentionally done. I think it was an accident. But it doesn't make any difference. It's how they've handled the situation, and they've lied. They've lied. And let's be honest, guys. You know, we're talking about China, United States. There's a lot of other countries fucking affected. I mean, look at fucking Italy. Italy was decimated by the fucking virus. So, you know, it's just you in the world organization, you just can't. There has to be consequences. It's just like if you let your fucking kid does what he wants all the time. And you know he's lying about taking a shit in the middle of the living room because you know what his shit looks like and they're little turds and you know it's his shit. He's like, Mom, I didn't shit. No, I didn't shit. Johnny from down the street had to take a shit and he shit in the middle of the floor. It wasn't me. You know, and you don't do anything about it. The motherfucker's going to be 30 years old shitting in people's floors thinking it's funny. You know what I mean? Yeah, governments lie. What? You know, the United States has never lied about anything. I don't know about that. What I'm saying is if you get caught, you need to own up. When you're not caught yet, but everybody's really looking at you hard, you can play the Eddie Murphy all the time. Hey, wasn't me. Motherfucker, we know the virus came out of your lab. Hey, wasn't me. Motherfucker, it says the Wuhan COVID respiratory virus research center on the door. Hey, wasn't me. Maybe it wasn't you. You know what I mean? And now we know better. Dude, I'm telling you, when Democrats start coming out wanting answers from China, you know it's bad. You know it's fucking bad. So what I'm saying is conservatives said this from the beginning, and I know you're going to hate hearing this. Trump said it from the beginning, which actually was probably the worst thing that could have happened because if you gave it any kind of credibility, you were a racist and a Trump supporter. Because that's what Trump said, the China virus. Remember? He's like, China did this. It came from China. Yeah, no, it's not novel. They tested, they fucking released it. It's China virus. Oh, fuck, you're a fucking xenophobe. You're this, you're that. We can't. So, and as a scientist, you should be above political pressure, right? You should be. You're a fucking scientist. There are hypotheses everywhere that you need to test and study. The fact that they never investigated the Wuhan leak is really, really disturbing and troubling. From sitting in the America chair, you're going, Why didn't we? We're the strongest fucking country in the world. What do you mean we didn't investigate? Why? Oh, because they said it didn't come from them? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Whatever. Hey, guys, hopefully we're over it. You know, we're moving forward, right? Biden's going to get us all together, and we're going to become a fucking strong nation again, and you're going to see Biden riding a motherfucking dragon with his dick hanging off the side, whipping the dragon with his cock, and he's going to be all jacked up and shit. Under which international body? How about NATO? Can we investigate him under NATO? We had an investigative group under the WHO when we were with the WHO that was over there investigating, and they were pulled out because of safety reasons. So what do you mean? Yeah, there's several organizations that we could go over there and investigate them from. The WHO, the CDC has jurisdiction. Okay, there was a guy on Fox the other day. They were pulled out because of safety concerns. They were working in conjunction with the CDC, but they were sent over from the Trump administration and pulled back from the Biden administration. Not NATO. Why not NATO? I mean, maybe NATO doesn't do stuff like that, but I mean, that's where the world convenes, right? We have NATO laws and shit. I mean, they can't investigate human rights violations. NATO doesn't do that. I mean, releasing a virus, whether it was intentional or accidentally, could that fall under that realm? I'm pretty sure it could. I'm pretty sure it falls under NATO's jurisdiction to assign a task force. I mean, dude, our union assign task force all the time. Like, hey guys, you want to be okay? So China's not a part of NATO, even though NATO had nations that could have suffered because of China. Let me tell you something. NATO can put pressure on people if they want because they're the world, and if they want to investigate China and all the nations get together, then I'm sure they could do that. So I don't know what your point is. I mean, a task force can be assigned anywhere on anything. And something like this, I would put all of them in there. Like, you're opening your doors, you're going to give us this, you're going to give us that, or what we're going to do is, and you're saying they're about Europe and the Russians. So, okay, Jason, so what is the right organization then? If it's not NATO. I may have misspoke, okay? But if they go and the Russians and European Union says, you know what, China, we're blocking this and we're blocking that and we're going to do this and we're not buying your shit no more until we get answers, they can't do that? Is that the wrong organization to do that? I'm not going to go look up the treaty because I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is that the world needs to come together and get answers instead of the U.S. having the big foot kicking in the fucking door, which I'm cool either way with it. You know? So the CDC and the WHO, they can't investigate. Do I have the wrong organization there too? Can they not investigate? So no one can investigate China is what you're saying, I guess. Or is it just not NATO because it's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization? I don't know. I'm just saying there's no reason for this to have ever fucking happened in our lifetime. Other than someone wanted it to. Multiple people wanted it to. That's what I don't understand. It's not right. People died. Now, granted, not as many people as the left would like you to believe, but enough people, and I know a lot of people have been affected by this across the world. So for China just to be able to stay there and go, yeah, wasn't us, guys. I don't know, man. It's a wet market. Who eats bats? What the fuck? It's not right. It's wrong. And someone needs to fucking do something. And I don't know. It should be us. But our leader's inept. And I think he's in China's pocket anyway. So he's not going to fucking do it. So I wish the World Health Organization, which has been corrupt from the fucking beginning, it seems like too, could get in and do fucking something about it. That's the reason Trump pulled us out, because they were corrupt as fuck. Now there's been some changes, and Biden put us back in. I'm fine with that. There were head changes, because I think people even in the WHO realized this isn't right, and we shouldn't have responded the way we did, and they made internal changes. So I'm fine with being back in the World Health Organization. I mean, like, it's something that should be pretty important. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I think Fauci and Gates wanted it to happen in some part. Well, Fauci definitely had something to lose. And like I said earlier, I don't know if you heard Larry, but, you know, he lied to Congress, and he should be in fucking jail. He won't be, because he's the anti-Trump guy, and people love him, and he's lied to us the entire time, in my book. Now, I've yet to read. I want the transcripts of the actual emails. I want the dates. I want to read it, because if there's a lot of stuff that happened early that I don't blame anybody for. It's like N95s. There was a shortage of N95s, and people were like, how could this happen? This is bullshit. Well, no one's seen a fucking pandemic coming, man. Like, I understand some of that, you know? Like, I wasn't mad about that. Now, as things went on is when I started to get angry, because now it's a power grab. We're not following the CDC guidelines anymore. States are doing their own thing, and they're either following them or they're not following them, or they're making them more restrictive. And I was against the restriction from the get-go. WHO might have its hands tied, could allow caveats about the products from China that could be dangerous. Yeah, I mean, someone needs to be investigating them is my whole point. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck if Russia or, Italy, some other countries that were heavily affected, all get their fucking Bruce Wayne and say, hey, here's our group of Bruce Waynes. You're going to Wuhan, China, and you're getting fucking answers. Like, and no one should fucking, like, China's got no say in it. Like, you got no say in it. Or the world, or these countries that were massively affected by this, we're going to hurt you. You know, we're going to do this to you. We're going to do that to you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I have an off-day gig right now where I guard Ford trucks because they can't get the chips from China. You know, I mean, they're storing trucks every day because Ford is still producing trucks, but they can't get chips for them, so they can't sell them. I mean, I'm talking thousands of trucks. And the Sparta lot alone, there's 7,000 trucks. So, you know, they can't get chips for them because they're all coming from fucking China. So, you know, you put tariffs and restrictions on China, you might hurt companies here in the United States. But you know what that should do? It should lead you to look elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe Silicon Valley starts producing these chips for you. You know, I mean, I know they can't manufacture them at the rate China is, but China's not they're still behind. So maybe someone else gets in the fucking game, and it becomes a United States company now. Now Ford can say we're made 100% in the United States. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, there could be good things that come out of this shit too, but it probably won't happen. Guys, it's hour 46. Greg Taylor got me on a goddamn tangent. Thank you, Greg. But at least I had something to talk about. So next week, Wednesdays will be Alpha Bro night. Okay, the dongle, he better be back Wednesday. I'm hoping he can be. He needs this show. I want him here. You guys want him here. I feel like we had just changed the format enough to where we were finding our groove, and I want more of that conversation, that dichotomy. Josh would have been great to have on tonight because I know he's got some thoughts on this stuff too. So with that, guys, it's Friday. Happy Friday. I meant to say that earlier. I apologize. Follow the social media links for days of the show. If you know someone who like this content, please fucking shoot them a link. I'll have the show up this week sometime on the audio versions, iTunes, Anchor. If you haven't left a 5-star review, please do that. Other than that, have a fucking safe weekend. Have a fun weekend. Let your fucking hair down if you have any. Take care of it. Sometimes it just don't last very long. No. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I did get off on a tangent tonight, but fucking Brothers Bond kicked me. Got me going. All right, guys. Thank you so much to the chat. Guys, I love you. Jason, Larry, Travis King, Justin McFarland, all you guys, man. You guys were great tonight. I really, really, really appreciate the questions. I always appreciate the dialogue, man. Just because I may not agree or whatever, I always appreciate it, man. This is how shit should be done. I know some of you guys personally in the chat, sometimes we have different views on life and the world, but this is a great place to talk about it, try to get other perspective and learn from one another. I love it and I appreciate it and I love you guys. Thank you so much. Guys, be safe. Be nice to people, okay? And remember.